Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've made a video for you guys. I wanted to make one about our lesson today, which is showing you how to make a t-shirt. And you'll find that making a t-shirt kind of builds on everything else that we've been doing, right? It actually reinforces everything that we've done previously. So we've already done posters, we've done, you know, for most of us, we've done videos. We've done greeting cards, and T-shirts are just another way of doing a very similar thing. So I'm going to show you how we do this here. So we have Canva open right now, and when we have Canva open, what we're going to do is on the left-hand side, we're going to go over here, and we're going to look for our little hamburger menu right here. If you don't have that sidebar open, you can click on that hamburger menu and you'll see where it says templates. Do you see that? So where it says templates here, we're going to click on that. And we have all these different options, right? We see all this stuff. Where do we go? So what we're going to do is on the left-hand side, the way I like to do it is I move down to where it says print products. Because if we're making t-shirts, we're going to have to print those out, right? So it's going to be a print product. So I'm going to click on that. And now we're going to scroll down our list on the sidebar again until we see clothing and accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that here. And now it has all these different options, right? Hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tote bags. So there's a lot of things you can do here. But for today, we're going to go ahead and click on t-shirts. So I'm clicking on that. Okay. So now, once we see that in the center here, it's going to present us with a bunch of different options of different t-shirts we can choose from. So maybe you want to choose they kind of give you examples of what they look like, right? So you can choose one of these if you want to use one of those. Or what you can do is, if you want to start with a template, do that. But if you want to go ahead and start with a blank t-shirt, you can do so right here by clicking create blank. And if you change your mind, you can still go and you'll still have the templates available to you, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create blank. And you see it takes us to our familiar template page, right? So we have this white piece of paper, this blank screen, right? And here we're on our design area, right? So we look here and we have all these different templates. And you'll notice that these all have to do with t-shirts here because it says search t-shirt templates. So all of these have to do with t-shirts. So you can either scroll down these, try a template, or you can just do one, just from square one, right? So, and just like with anything, if we look at these templates, what do they consist of? They consist of an image of some sort, right? And sometimes they have text on the top or text on the bottom, or it's usually one main image though, like a tree or this thing here. This has some kind of like a big image, looks almost like a frame, like you could use, and then add other stuff in there that might match, right? This is a little globe. All of these things have some kind of image and then text. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So what we can do is if we have photos, if you've saved some photos that you want to use for this, you can access those, remember, by going to where it says uploads here. You see where my mouse is here where it says uploads? Let me go ahead and actually make my mouse a little bit bigger. I'm not sure what screen you guys might be using, so I'm going to go ahead and make my mouse a little bit bigger for you. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger here. Whoa, that's really big. Okay. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit easier for you guys to see. The mouse is bigger now. So if I go to my uploads, I'm going to click on that. Now I have all these different pictures that I've that I've collected before, right? So maybe, I have pictures that I like here, or maybe I don't like any of these. We can actually, I'm not going to use one of those actually this time. I'm going to go to my elements. Remember, when we go to the elements section of our sidebar, we can find different things like shapes or graphics or, like photos or whatever we want. In my case, since it's a t-shirt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with graphics. So I'm going to, let's see, what should I do? Let's try music. I'm going to go and click on music. And let's see what we got here in graphics for music. So I got all these different designs, right? So what I'm going to do, we'll make a shirt that looks like the indoor swap meet, okay? Something you'd get at the indoor swap meet. So I got some speakers here. And so what we're going to do, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this. There's an old song. Maybe you'll notice it when I do it here. So you can either put it in the center, but you got to think about it here at this point. Are you going to be putting text on the top? Are you going to be putting text on the bottom? Are you going to be just having only text on the bottom? If so, then maybe you want your image on the top and only leave room for the text on the bottom, right? Just like what we're learning about this week with composition, knowing how to manage your white space really helps add to your design, right? It makes everything a little bit more clear and cohesive, right? So in my case, I'm gonna have things on both sides. I just thought of a silly idea, but it sounds like fun. So I got these speakers here, and I think it was in the 90s or late 80s. There was a little song, and they used to say, "Pump, pump it up," right? I don't know if you guys ever remember that, but we're gonna look for something. Maybe let's look for a good font. So we need to go and pick something here from all these fonts that we've been looking. I saw one that looks pretty neat. I might use that one. But I just want to make sure. You know me. I'm always really picky with this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick anything. Okay, so I'm going to pick the one that I saw earlier. Where are you? Nope, not that one. It was near the top. This one. Let's try this. I'll try this. So we have this font here, and just like what we mentioned before, is you notice this font is kind of like it's a little I think it's grouped, I think. Yeah, you see here, whenever you see two fonts and they're either a different color or when you get something from this side over here, most of the time it's going to be grouped. So you can either leave it grouped if you want it grouped, or you can select that element. First I clicked off of it, right? Then I clicked back on it, and I right clicked, and I can choose ungroup. You see that? Now I have two little things here. And sometimes when that kind of stuff happens, you need to click off again and then click on this one, and I can drag it down. You see that? So now what I can do is drag this one up a little bit, maybe here. Let me make it smaller too. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and let me do 300. So we need to adjust our font now, right? do here? So we have an effect right now. What effect do we have? We have the curved effect. So I'm going to change my curve. We're going to get our curve on right here. So I'm going to curve it that way this time. Now, did you see how I did that, everyone? So basically what I did is I selected my element. I went to effects. Oops, went away. Went to effects here. And at the bottom it shows, hey, you have this curve selected right now. So I went ahead and this one is on this side, right? This is going 100% down, or like, this way. On this one, I moved this little ball here so that it curves it the other way. Now it's curving this way, you see that? So what I can do now is, let's see, maybe I want to change this. I kind of like black and white. That's how I am. Maybe I can do, so go here. Let's see if we can even fit that. I'm not sure. Let's go with 300. That work? Click off of this? No. Oh, let me see here. I think I didn't space. Okay, well that doesn't work. So let's try to put a little bit more space because that looks funny, right? Let's take off the other pump. We won't go exactly like the song. We'll just do that and maybe do 325. We're gonna put an exclamation mark, right? Pump it up, right? So we got that. And you can change the size of this, the graphic in the center if you like. You can even, if you want to change the color of it, we can change it to red speakers, or maybe, what looks good to you guys? Maybe a red kind of looks nice, right? Looks kind of retro. The yellow doesn't fit. I'm really bad with style, guys, but hopefully this looks okay. So we have speakers, and we have the, our text here saying, pump it up. And so now what we can do is, if you want to see what it's going to look like on a shirt, now what we can do is we can click on print with Canva. And even if we're not going to print it with Canva, we can go down here just to kind of cheat, right? So we're going to go over here and we can change it to, if we do, I don't know if a gray will show. So if I do gray here, you see, now you'll see kind of what it looks like on a gray shirt. And doesn't mean you're going to buy this. It's just so you can see what it looks like, right? And we can do, or you can do the white, right? If we do the white, you can always change the color too, but you kind of see what I'm saying here. So you want to do that, and then what you want to do is, let me see if it does it here. So once we're done, what we can do is we can click on share, right? Just like we've been doing all this time, because we're not going to print with Canva. No way. I'm not paying that kind of money. You know me, I'm cheap. So I'm going to click on share, and I'm going to go to download. And we want to make sure we choose transparent background. So we put a check mark there. And with something like this, you usually want to have, if you have a small picture, then having these many pixels here that you see here, 1556 by 2000, that's usually enough. But if you want it to look really nice, you might want to increase it just a little bit. Maybe something like that. A little bit more, right? By doing this, sometimes you'll use a little bit more ink, but it all depends on you. If you want something that looks super nice, then the more pixels, the better, right? Especially if you're going to be making a big picture, because those pixels are little dots of ink, and the more dots of ink you have, the closer they can be, and you'll theoretically get a better image. But make sure we have transparent background, okay? That'll make sure that if you have like a red background here for some reason, or if you're using a template, you'll only get the design part of it. You won't get some funky color in the back, because that'll waste all your ink on your printer. Okay, so once we have that, make sure we have PNG selected, and we are going to download this. So now it's going to download. See that? So now I have my dialog box popped open for me. You probably can't see it on your side because I'm only recording the window that you saw there. I just name it something and I save. So that's how we're gonna do it here. You can add more to this. I just made it really simple this time. But you can add more to it, less to it. It's very, very similar. It's basically the exact same thing we've been doing for a lot of our other templates, for posters and all this other stuff. But now we're using, we want to start seeing different ways that we can apply that same knowledge, right? And this will be really helpful for anyone who hasn't been here for some of our other lessons, okay? So again, you can choose anything you want. You can use your other images, whatever you want. Start messing with the with curving letters. Choose different fonts. I know our lesson said don't use Comic Sans and curls and all this other stuff, but if that's what you like, that's what you like, okay? Like, it's not a crime to use Comic Sans. So, if you do want to use Comic Sans and it's just for something, like non-professional or something like that, use Comic Sans. There's no, you're not gonna hurt anybody by using Comic Sans. Okay? Well, I hope this is helpful for you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will be happy to help you during class. All right, thank you.